Welcome to EdTech du Jour. I'm Dr. Melissa Kaulbach.
And I'm Dr. Heather Farmakis.
And today we're sharing part one of a three-part series on how to accelerate an online course. And what do we mean by accelerating? Well, think of a summer course. It's in a compressed time frame. It's very rigorous, and the quality is not compromised.
That's true. One of the first steps you would need to take is identifying measurable course objectives that align with the overall program objectives. This helps you determine how your course fits within the entire program. It also helps you determine which content to adjust in the accelerated version of your traditional course.
I think of a lot of universities are responding to the market demand, and the working adult student who's attracted to the online courses, they are seeking accelerated courses, meaning a 5, 6, 7, or 8-week course instead of just a semester-based course.
That's true. So when you're thinking of accelerating your course, for example, if you typically assign 3 case studies per week for students in a healthcare program, you could shift the assignment to require only 1 robust case study.
That's a great idea.
Now, I've also looked into this Bloom's taxonomy verb wheel. It's changed recently. There's a bunch of different versions. I like the digital one too, and the one for iPads. But when you're thinking of objectives, they need to be student focused. So you're going to think about what will the student do to apply, analyze, synthesize, and or evaluate the knowledge, understanding, and skill that you're aiming for in your course. The objectives need to be short, yet powerful and focused. Reflect on higher order skills where appropriate. What you want to avoid is having low order activities when your objectives are higher order.
That's a great point. And as we move on to the next step of combining complementary weekly topics, when you look at this course map, one of the great values of using something like a course map or a visual aid is that you can do what you said. As you lay out your objectives, you're looking at the different levels of the order of thinking. But also as we combine complementary weekly topics, you want to look for topics in your semester-based course that are logical to combine together. And like we said, we know that online courses are accelerated, and the rigor and the quality need to be preserved, and the student usually expects a heavier workload. So in the school public law course I'm teaching right now, when I first had to accelerate my course, I looked at the module topics.
Right.
So one of the weekly topics was due process for students and management and discipline, and another weekly module topic was due process for personnel issues. So it was logical for me to combine those 2 weekly topics and to marry them up to condense that time frame, but I still was able to preserve all of the content that needed to be in my course.
And that also probably helped you rethink your activities and assignments as
Absolutely.
you designed your course. Because you're very experienced, you know the content that you're going to be delivering, and you would be the best person to know how you would want that to scaffold out in your outline.
Exactly.
So you also want to consider aligning your philosophy and pedagogy with your objectives. So we have connectivism and constructivism, and these are the 2 main types of approaches. And sometimes they're blended, but you're going to want to make sure that you have activities that are in alignment with that. So if you have a very highly engaged objective, you wouldn't want to have something where it's very self-directed for the students to go ahead and do. In this segment, we discussed identifying your learning objectives and aligning them with your program objectives, as well as combining your weekly complementary topics to shorten the length of your course. We also discussed aligning and ensuring that your teaching philosophy and pedagogy are in alignment with your learning objectives, as well as activities and assignments. In our next segment, we're going to be discussing creating learning activities that are authentic, as well as incorporating a variety of assessments and offering multiple options for media.